The Nigerian Senate has approved a subsidy payment of 129 billion naira for oil marketers. The decision of the Senate was square to the report submitted by Senate Committee on Petroleum Downstream chaired by Senator Kabiru Marafa during the Thursday plenary. According to the report, the payment of final subsidy of arrear claimed by the oil marketer for about 67 oil marketing companies.
Upon receipt of the letter from Federal Ministry of Finance, which reached the committee on the 22nd, the committee, after due consideration of the request, hereby recommend that the Senate do approve the payment of the sum of 129 billion 48,358,400 naira only as final subsidy arrears claimed to the following oil marketers. The Senate do commend the federal government for its commitment to clear all subsidy arrears claims in order to put an end to all issues concerning subsidy payment. Mr. President.
While commenting on the report, senators expressed skepticism over the claim contained therein that the payment of the final arrear will put an end to the issue of subsidy payment. They therefore of the view that the government should be targeting local production of crude oil by establishing refinery in the country.
Now we want to approve final payment of 129 billion. We know it too that if the approval is not given by National Assembly for payments like this, there is no way we can keep sustaining the payment of subsidy. Governments have come in, people have played partisan politics, whether it is PDP, APC, issue of subsidy. Whether we are going to build refineries, we are not building refineries. People have been talking about it. But one thing is that we are all connected in this malaise in one way or the other. Mr. President, let me say that in those days when we had 3 or 4 refineries that were, processing our crude, we were able to meet up with our daily demands for PPMS, kerosene, and the rest. But as we have been growing as a nation, it has become more difficult for us to have sufficient petroleum products to meet our needs. When it started, it was a question of doing turnaround maintenance for our refineries. That was another avenue of cutting money away out of this country. A lot of multinationals were brought in to come and do turnaround maintenance for huge sums of money that were paid to this. Our refineries were never maintained. I'm saying this under any condition, under any party, from the military to the civil. So coming to talk about this one has to be passed. Let us pay these people, but all their problems will still not be solved. So don't be surprised if another demand is going to be placed on this country for payment for subsidy.
The impression given here is that this will end up subsidy in the importation of petroleum in this country. That is not possible, sir, for the simple reason. What we have here are all private companies, and now it's NNPC that is importing on behalf of all these companies in this country. So the subsidy is now a fast charge against the revenue that is being generated on the export of our crude oil. So until we go to the fundamental issue of determining the value of the naira, because the dollar price of the imported products are virtually the same. They have not changed over time. What has been changing is the value of the naira vis-a-vis the dollar.
It is important for us to understand and accept that until and unless this country, an oil-producing and oil-exporting nation, is able to establish refineries and refine its own crude oil, this cycle of exploitation and plunder in the name of subsidy will continue. This country is losing hundreds of millions of dollars. And up to today, we have not been able to have a formula for destroying this cartel, this fraud, these shady deals that have come in the name of oil subsidy.
In his ruling, Deputy Senate President Ike Kremadu urged the federal government to pay the outstanding subsidy arrear in order to put an end to the old issue concerning subsidy payment.
This report and trying to find a final solution to all the indebtedness to our people. And I'm happy that with this, and once it's paid, those who have borrowed money will be able to pay back to their banks and be able to get back to their business while we find a lasting solution to the issue of the subsidy. I agree with those who said that we need to do something about provision of refineries in our country. It's not a rocket science. We can do that. And I'm sure that even if it doesn't resolve the issue of subsidy finally, it will have gone a long way in addressing it. So that is also recommended, that we should be able to do more refineries across the length and breadth of our country. So having said this, I'll put the question. Those in support that we approve this recommendation, say aye. Those against saying nay, the ayes have it.
Meanwhile, the sum of 416 billion 946 million 159,066.68 naira 10 kobo have been previously approved as subsidy arrear payment between July 18, 2018 to May 28, 2019.
President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday signed into law the 2019 Appropriation Act. The 8.92 trillion naira appropriation signed into law for 2019 fiscal year is about 90.33 billion naira more than what the president submitted to the National Assembly in December 2018. Speaking during the brief signing ceremony at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, President Muhammadu Buhari hinted that some reductions in the budget might affect its implementation.
You will all recall that in December 2018, I presented our 2019 budget proposal with the theme Budget of Continuity. Our goal was to use this budget to move the economy further on the path of inclusive, diversified, and sustainable growth. Back then, I proposed a total expenditure of 8.83 trillion naira to the National Assembly for appropriation, targeting strategic and impact projects and initiatives. However, the 2019 budget I will be signing into law today provides for aggregate expenditure of 8.92 trillion naira. This is an increase of 90.33 billion naira over our submission. This increase reflects changes introduced by the National Assembly. In some areas, expenses we proposed were reduced, while in other areas they were increased.
Reacting to concerns raised by the president in the budget, Speaker of House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara said the National Assembly did not err in any way.
Well, I've told you, the job of the National Assembly is not to agree with the executive. I don't think Congress anywhere in the world does that. By the constitutional design, the executive proposes what they intend to do, and then the representative of the people in Congress, so National Assembly, as is our own case in Nigeria, decides what is the priority, since they represent the people. And as such, it's going to be a naughty area that may continue to define the relationship between the executive and the legislature. But if you look at it, whether it is Britain, US, wherever it is always a strength, this issue of budget, because it deals with high-stakes distributional issues as to who get what, which part of Nigeria gets this and that. So it will continuously be an issue. But as leaders, we shouldn't be defined by those issues. Rather, we should define those issues by forging consensus when they arise. And that is the path to progress, and we'll continue to do that.
The president also used the medium to assure Nigerians that he will work with the National Assembly to speed up budget preparation processes. With the signing of the 2019 appropriation bill into law by President Muhammadu Buhari, a total of 8.92 trillion naira has been approved for the 2019 fiscal year. However, some financial stakeholders in Nigeria have the concern that the government should go ahead to implement the budget much more than that of 2018, which had about 46% capital release. From the Aso Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja, I am Festus Ejirogen Efifen for Ben Television.
Discover the tangible magic of our hospitality that is all about you. The Wells Cotton Hotel and Apartments is a surely fantasy-like journey into a glamorous world of pure luxury and gratifying indulgence. The Wells Cotton Hotel and Luxury Apartments offers guests a perfect blend of relaxation, business and pleasure, delicately infused to meet the highest international standards. It's first-class service at its finest. Our commitment to exceed your expectations means impeccable attention to detail, courtesy, and a genuine care for your every need. Located at number 8 Gadonasco Street off Jose Martin at Sokoru, Abuja, Nigeria. You can call us on +234 908 7561 269 or visit our website at wellscotting.com. Upgrade your stay at the Wells Cotton Hotel and Luxury Apartments, an experience guaranteed to leave you breathless with longing.
As the federal government continues to make efforts towards tackling rising unemployment in the country, the multifaceted job and wealth creation strategies by the Industrial Training Fund, ITF, have taken the center stage as stakeholders convened in Abuja to take a critical look at the strategies with a view to implementing them. Currently, Nigeria's unemployment rate is put at 20.9 million. The ITF report, which focuses on 4 sectors of the economy, namely agriculture, transport, construction, and services sectors, is deemed to have the potential to create over 20 million jobs. Okechukwu Enelama, the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, while declaring the one-day event open, urged the stakeholders to use their experience and ingenuity to provide solutions that will pave the way for job creation, leading to growth and development of the country's economy. Enelama was speaking through Sunday Edet Akpan, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry.
It is on this basis that the Ministry charged the ITF, that is Nigerian Industrial Training Fund, to come up with revolutionary multifaceted job wealth creation strategies that will lead to a lasting solution to this Hydra-headed problem. I'm glad to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, and this a great audience, that the ITF has done justice to the task assigned to them. From the report I received, the ITF has been able to propose pragmatic strategies that will, within the tenure of the next level of this administration, will generate about 20 million jobs from 4 key sectors of the Nigerian economy, namely agriculture, construction, transport, and the services sector. On this premise, therefore, the ITF report now provides us the opportunity to chart a roadmap for the engagement of Nigerians in these sectors.
ITF Director General Joseph Ari earlier said unemployment had resulted in needless incidences of violence, criminality, and other social vices. He said the number of those without jobs in the country remains scary and staggering and should be a source of worry to any administration that is committed to welfare of its citizens. Ari disclosed that the fund has equipped over 450,000 Nigerians with life skills and empowered all the beneficiaries with startup parks within the last 2 years, and added that Over 80% of the number are currently earning sustainable livelihoods in either paid employment or as successful entrepreneurs who are employing others.
The ITF has, for instance, equipped over 450,000 Nigerians with life skills and empowered all the beneficiaries with startup packs within the last 2 years. Over 80% of this number today are earning sustainable livelihoods, either in paid employment or as successful entrepreneurs who are even employing others. The question that comes to mind is this: why the continued rise in the number of the unemployment figures despite these efforts? The answer to this is simple. Governments alone are seen in societies that have reduced unemployment to single-digit figures cannot do it alone. Indeed, in all societies that unemployment is single digits, they relied on sectors other than the government. It was against this realization that the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment mandated the ITF to come up with multifaceted job creation strategies that would lead to a lasting solution to this hydra-headed problem. The ITF immediately swung into action and came up with pragmatic strategies that will create about 15 million direct and indirect jobs in 4 key sectors of the Nigerian economy, namely the agriculture, construction, transport, and services sectors.
The one-day program attracted over 60 participants from public and private sector organizations. Awesome Raffle, Bentel Vision.
Tiwa Savage, Patoranking, Zlatan, others start thrilled audience at Regina Daniel Children's Day Carnival as Senator-elect Ned Nwoko encouraged children to pay more attention on their educational pursuits. The 2019 edition of Regina Daniel Children's Day Carnival was filled to capacity. Top Nigeria entertainment stars such as Patoranking, African China, Popo the Nollywood star, Agodai, the ace comedian, Charles Inoji, Zlatan, Gordon, the First Lady of Maven's Record, Tiwa Savage, Emanuela, Chodike, Oga Network, and a host of others thrilled the audience, which made up of children, youth, men, and women with their God-given talent. The organizer of the show, the Nollywood actress Regina Daniels, and her mother joined the top artists on stage with some beautiful dance steps.
Nigeria, she's here. Regina Daniels, thank you.
Hello everyone. Make some noise. I'm so happy to be here, and I hope you all are having fun. Well, I just want you all to know one thing, that I love you.
Prince Ned Nwoko, the Senator-elect Delta North, and his wife, while addressing the crowd at the government field Agbo at Ika local government in Delta State, encouraged the children to pay more attention to their educational pursuit. Prince Ned Nwoko also used the Children's Day party to make do his promise by presenting a check of 1 million naira each to 20 best graduating students from the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, Efurun, Delta State.
You must go to school to find a better chance in life. You hear what I said? You must go to school. You must study. You must listen to your teachers and to your family. My respects and love to all of you. Thank you. Last month, was given a doctorate degree by Federal University of Petroleum Science in Warri. And there were 20 students, 20 brilliant students that made first class. First class means that they are the best. They are the best anywhere. So I chose to give every one of those kids 1 million naira each. And I hope that one day, I will also be standing somewhere like this, presenting prizes to you, Your Excellency. Amen.
The Regina Daniel 2019 Children's Day Carnival also witnessed march past and cultural dance by the various participating schools. The children commended Regina Daniel for the initiative, which they will be looking forward to on a yearly basis. With the arrays of superstars from the entertainment industry that graced the Children's Day party, many says it will linger long in the mind of the Niger Delta people.
I feel so elated to be part of this show today. You can see unprecedented gathering of children and their parents, from this town in Akbo, and a host of others from different parts of the state. They are all converged today to participate in Regina Daniel's, special children's program, sponsored by the Senator-elect, most distinguished Senator Dr. Prince Nnamdi and his team of supporters from different parts of Delta North Senatorial District. They are all here. You can agree with me that the role of entertainer, performing right now. We have a whole lot of Nollywood artists, etc. My dear friend, this is a gathering, an unprecedented gathering of the preponderance of all the who is who in the entertainment industry in Nigeria. Why don't you get it? Oh, here today, I'm happy to be here. I'm elated, my brother. Thank you.
Adeni Ifetayo reporting for Ben TV. Brother Joshua Iginla acquires multi-billion naira private jet during birthday celebration. Also dashes widows, pastor millions and land and houses. The founder of Champions Royal Assembly, Prophet Joshua Iginla, has just acquired a multi-billion naira jet to further the cause of the ministry. He confirmed this during the celebration of his birthday in his Abuja church today.
Your love is kind. Your love is patient. You fill my heart with so much peace and joy.
The clergy who runs the 80,000-seater auditorium widely known as City of Wonders in Abuja just added a new wonder on air to ease the missionary work as a prophet with global impact. He equally dashed over 142 widows, 150,000 naira each, and a bag of rice, which amount to 21 million naira. He also gave 3 widows and several of his pastors lands worth 95 million naira in Abuja, with assurance to build the house on them. Interestingly, at such a time like this, and due to the numerous engagement of the top clergymen we have in Nigeria, acquiring a private jet by them is not a luxury, but born out of necessity. Arguably, Nigerian prophets are among the most sought out globally. Most time, they are needed in 2 or 3 countries in different continents in a day. Hence, there's a need to create a very easy means of transportation for them, coupled with the fact that our transportation industry is still way behind compared to other developed countries, and that is why we see men of God purchasing private jets, not to show off, but to make movement easy for them for evangelical and missionary purpose. Of a truth, for Brother Joshua Iginla, owning a private jet is long overdue to his global itinerary and charity cause across the world. Arguably the founder and general overseer of the Champion Royal Assembly in Abuja, Brother Joshua Ginla, is incurably addicted to charity works. He is among the top clergy who has touched the needy across the world without regret. Of a truth, he has spent billions in cash and kind to put smile on the faces of the less privileged and empowering them. At the just concluded of his birthday tagged Triple Greatness, he noted that there are so many things that can hinder a man's greatness, and also it will be recalled that he has over 1,000 widows under his care, aged ones on a monthly salary, and he has given out houses to desolate and church members. He has given scholarship to several kids up to university level, to mention a few. Prophet Joshua Ginla has been to hundreds of nations to carry out missionary work. He has been to Zambia, Zimbabwe, Kenya, United States of America, Cameroon, South Africa, and so many countries and continents just to preach the word of God. It is noted that he runs a busy missionary schedule around the year globally. Brother Joshua Ginla is one who is known to have a prophetic ministry and as such gone to several places to prophesy. Adeniyi Ifetayo, reporting for Ben TV, London.